to check in and let y'all know that I was safe. I did end up having a sneaky link last night, and I'm not gonna give y'all the details of that because I don't want to. But I will say this: at the end of the experience, the song that was going through my mind was "Babe, I love you. You my everything. Tell them once we go together." But it was very much that energy. Very much. Tell them once we go together, bitch. It was giving those vibes. But anyway, child, I wanted to talk about Miss Netta and Charles last night. My lips is ashy. I wanted to talk about Miss Netta and Charles last night, and I didn't get around to it because I was focused on what I got going on. But the reason why I wanted to touch on to the Miss Netta and Charles situation because Craig been going at it with Miss Netta, and I think Craig basically just uses Miss Netta for topic of conversation because Miss Netta is, an easy mark. Miss Netta is viral. 9 times out of 10, Netta, Joe, whichever one it is gonna respond back. And so, if you're trying to make fact talk more popular, then coming at Miss Netta because Miss Netta gonna give you some energy, like Miss Netta gonna entertain you, and so I think that that's very strategic of Craig to use Miss Netta, who is an easy market, just to kind of like, yeah, we gonna talk about Miss Netta. Miss Netta gonna come back with some bullshit, and hey, we gonna trend. Yes, it's very smart. Craig, just sitting up. Um, Gossip Girl, sitting up, dragging Miss Netta, And this is the odd thing for me though. Like, I personally don't like being called a fag or being called a sissy. But if it's being said in a loving way from another sister, we laughing and joking and in New Orleans and we saying, girl, that punk a mess, girl, them punk need to stop, girl. Very much playfully like that, girl. I never really vibed. Like when I was little, like when we was little, like we used to be like sissy. And even when you go to Africa, sissy is like it's an acceptable name. So sissy is like something that females actually call each other, binary women who subscribe to, womanhood. Like they actually lovingly call each other sissy. So sissy is not necessarily negative. I'm not really here for the fag thing. Like, no. I mean, have I ever went through a fag phase? Can I do some fag shit? Do I have some fag moments? Sure, I think we all do, bitch. I don't think anyone is exempt. I think all of us, not just in the queer community, but I think everybody have like a fag moment, especially in the black community. Like you can do some fag shit, like the worshiping of penis and yes, oh God, that dick is big. Oh my goodness, his dick was so big. And oh my goodness, that dick. Oh I love a whole dick. Like that's some fag shit. Like really some fag ass shit. So you don't necessarily have to be born with a penis, to identify as a fag. You could do some fag shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. But back to the whole Netta and Charles situation. Now, I want to say this about Netta. We were rooting for you. Well, maybe y'all wasn't, but I was rooting for Miss Netta. Like I was legit rooting for you, Miss Netta. I was rooting for you. I was rooting for you. as someone who came to the internet when it was not popular and not trending for um, black femmes, who resonated more with their foremothers and who showed up as a more feminine being on the spectrum at a time when it was not trending to bring your partner to the internet. I brought my partner to the internet. We were married on the internet. And that's one of the reasons why I started being more stealth with my relationships, because I know people will be preying on you, people will be trying to tear you apart. And so I was rooting for Netta and Charles at first. But now, like, as their platforms have begun to grow, and I don't know, I feel like they're on a decline now, because I don't feel like they trend as much for positivity, or they trend as much for the original reason why the platform started. I feel like Meta is always involved in some mess, like the persona has turned into some it's always going off. Now I don't know if it's unstable as much as I feel like um Joe, who is the person behind Miss Netta, is showing us more of who they were behind the scenes. And what I'm not living for is it's giving greedy, it's giving I'm using y'all, it's giving I'm playing in y'all face, because at the same time you're putting out all of this content um for people to speak on, for people to critique, for people to. The reason why you're trending is because people are, a lot of people are laughing at you, not so much laughing with you. Most times, even on my small platform, with the few people that be on my live, a lot of people come on here to cackle at me. A lot of people come on here to tee hee, to be like, oh, that bitch still, like, a lot of people are not on here because they sincerely want to see me. And so, with my small platform, could you imagine the trolls that are under your bridge, Netta? Could you imagine the trolls that are under your bridge? Like, that's what the internet is. The internet is trolls. Like all of the bloggers. It was so funny. I was watching our mom do a video talking about Ice Spice Minaj, with her new song, and I'm like, but that's what the internet does. That's what trolling is. Trolling is to to talk about somebody else, or to make up content about someone else, to get into their comment section, to engage, to try to get feedback, to get on your own platform and to drag them and to say things about them, or to talk about them to build your platform. Like, that's trolling people. Like most of the video bloggers who sit on here and call it hot topics, what it actually is doing is trolling, because you're using someone else's fame and someone else's star power. You're making it look like you have an opinion, or you're just speaking on it, but you're using someone else's star power, and you're using someone else's already built platform to build your platform. And so we're in a season of trolls. We're in an era of trolls. Even beings who get on the internet and they come and they leave comments in your comment section, but they don't really have no content, and they're invisible and they don't have a face. Like, that's trolling 101. But trolling has levels. Like, it's literal levels to trolling. And so, like, we live in a world, we live in Trollville. Like, this is the troll dimension. Like the internet is TrollCon. So for Miss Netta to get upset with people for trolling her, you, like, literally came on the internet for this. Like, you knew, like, part of the reason why you are so famous is because you are extremely trollable. Like, you are extremely trollable. Like, you play into a lot of stereotypes, a lot of tropes. And the crazy thing about it is much crazy shit I do. like the weird shit I do, um, bitch, I really just legit don't get trolled like that. And I think it's because if people were to troll me, it's like you come to the platform and you see how diverse I am. You see the range I have as a content creator, as a storyteller, as an artist, as a culture bearer. And so you come on the live and you cackle and you tee hee because you might catch me in a moment where I'm cussing or my hair looks silly like it look now. You know what I'm saying? I'm having one of my little playful, creative, queer moments, and you'll come on and you'll be like, oh yeah, let's troll this, let's make fun of that. But then you go and do your research and you look at the other content and you look at the other videos and you say, oh no, we thought we had one, but we didn't. So so basically that's what I really wanted to talk about with like Miss Netta and Charles. Like I don't think a lot of people say it don't look like Charles want to be there, but that's not what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing Charles not wanting to be there, but I do feel like people are starting to come into the relationship that are gonna pull them apart. And that's unfortunate. And I wanted to feel rooting for Ned and Ross to stay together, but I don't know if that's actually a good thing. Like I don't like because I don't know like what Miss Netta represents right now. Like what Miss Netta have been showing here lately, it's just a lot. It's a lot. Like um people are gonna speak on you. People are gonna talk about you. You put yourself out there for people to talk about you, for people to speak on you. You put yourself in a position for that. And for you to get irately mad, like that's the part that I don't understand. Like you know what you look like. You know what people are thinking when they see you. You've had to live in your body your whole life. You know people are gonna troll you. You know people are gonna say things. You know people are going to use you as an opportunity to try to come up, to try to build themselves up. And so it comes with the territory. So you being upset about it, you being mad about it, like to me it's crazy. I appreciated your humbleness. I appreciated the meals, the cooking, a lot of the stuff I wouldn't have eaten. It seemed a little, like it's like that sleepy food. It's more like that comfort food. Like Charles get a lot of comfort food. Charles, your comfort food is ready. And it's like you put oil in a car, you put gas in a car, and a car can go 120, 140 on the dash. Like literally, you putting a liquid of fuel in a car, and a car 120, 140 on the dash. Light meals are what give you energy, like fruit and vegetables, not really hearty, heavy meals. Like when you see animals getting a lot of energy from eating heavy food, when you see animals from getting energy from eating a lot of heavy food, it's simply because they're eating it while it's alive. Like the blood is literally still flowing in its veins. Like the cells are still alive. The meat is still alive. But once you done killed it and cooked it and cooked damn near all life force out of it, then guess what? This is comfort food. This is food for you to go to sleep off of. So like while I wouldn't feed my partner that, that's not the meal I would feed my partner. But hey, if like every now and then if my husband or my partner or whoever I'm fucking with, if that's what they want, then yeah, I'm gonna cook what you like because we're in a relationship. But I'm not always gonna be around here feeding dead animals, and you're not getting no fruits and vegetables unless it's been fried, dyed, laid to the side and grilled, and it might like a lot of people eat for taste, but they don't eat for fuel. Like you have a choice to make when you're eating. Are you eating for fuel? Are you eating for energy? Or are you eating simply for taste? Sometimes you luck up and you can get taste and you can get fuel. Like if you are an alchemist in the kitchen. You get up in there and you cooking, and I mean really, really cooking. You could blend them seasonings together, but preparation, like especially when you're doing like vegan and vegetarian diet, you have to spend a lot of time on meal prep. Like you have to really take a lot of time to invest in what you're putting in your stomach. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, you eat shit on your job. You know, you go to a job where you eat shit. Motherfucker talking to you crazy, putting you down, talking crazy to you, like some of these weirdos in my comment section. But you go on your job and people, you have to eat shit. And so a lot of y'all get off the clock. And as a response to that, y'all literally go and eat shit. Y'all go and y'all eat at McDonald's and y'all go and eat at Burger King and y'all go and y'all eat at all these fast food restaurants. And you eat shit at work and then you get off work and then you go and eat some more shit. But anyway, but I digress. So but yeah, that's pretty much like I wanted to feel sad for um Miss Netta, but it's hard for me to feel sad for Miss Netta because it's like now we're seeing who you really are. And who you really are is it seemed like you kind of controlling. It seemed like you get very insecure when it comes to like the women who engage him on the live. So, it seems like it seemed like you very insecure and to be such a public figure. And this is one of the, and I don't know, maybe that's a part of the hustle. Like maybe that's a part of the whole thing. Like for you to, make sure that y'all stay relevant and that people continue to talk about y'all is by you getting on live and going off on people and being in the blogs and having people talk about, how you spazzing out. Maybe all that's a part of it because the skits don't really be hitting like that. Like we know, like the skits don't really be that funny, and you only got one song out. You got Charles, Your Lunch Is Ready, and I mean, you've done a lot of things. Like you tried a lot of gimmicks. Like you tried traveling and promoting and having people, like promoting people's businesses and stuff. And because your views are not doing really well off of that, people are over the wholesome shit. Like especially like, okay, y'all still happy, y'all doing good. Where's the mess? Where's the drama? Because queer people don't deserve to be happy. Gay people, black gay people, queer people, how dare you be happy? You're abominations. You belong in hell. How dare you be happy? So after a certain amount of time, bitches don't want to see you happy for too long. And this is unfortunate. This is how society is, especially when your shit start looking commercial and we know that you're getting to the money, you're getting bags. So wait a minute, hold on. Not only are you queer, not only are you abominations, and we feel burn in hell, and we feel like you need to go to hell with gasoline draws on, but you have the audacity to be out here capitalizing off of us. So let's not support you anymore because we don't want to help you get to a bag. So, people wasn't really there for that. People wasn't really here for when you was going from restaurant to restaurant talking about people food and when you was having like the body work done and you was promoting like promoting all of these people. Like people wasn't really supporting that. And so then the next thing you know, all of this salacious drama comes out and you're in all the blogs again because people feel like you crashing out and people are getting to see a different side of you that I'm starting to really believe was always there. I think that you and Charles have a genuine relationship and I think that y'all have a genuine connection, but I think part of why both of you are so focused on a relationship is because you've become a brand together. You've legit become a brand together. Like that's what it is. Like y'all have legit become a brand together and people say stuff is toxic, but Everybody's journey is for them. What's toxic for you may not be toxic for me. My grandmother used to say all the time, "What you eat ain't gonna make me shit." So what worked for you may not necessarily work for me, and what worked for me may not necessarily work for you. So, I'm not putting down Miss Netta and Charles. So I just feel like when greed is involved and when you center the bag, sometimes sacrifices have to be made. Like, um, you can't always have your cake and eat it too. And so when you made the decision to be such a public couple and to put everybody in your business, I hope that the relationship was strong enough. I hope that you had vetted the relationship and you knew that the relationship had enough willpower and endurance to sustain itself. Yeah, to sustain itself. Um, what's the hyperfixation with critiquing Netta and Charles? They grown. This is my second time talking about Charles and Netta, so it's not a hyperfixation. Like a hyperfixation, you could probably give that with me and Madison, because I talk about Madison. I mean, what, maybe once every 7 or 8 videos. So you probably could give me that with TS Madison. Like if you would have said I had a hyperfixation with Madison, I would have been like, okay. I'd have been like, sis, you might have something there. But I think that you're triggered by the conversation, and I think that you're projecting a falsehood because this is my second time ever talking about Miss Netta, and the only reason why I'm talking about her now is because it's on all of my feeds. So I not talk about something. Yeah, I think again. So I'm gonna explain your questions respectfully because I feel like you're asking them respectfully. If something is on my feed, now if you choose not to talk about things that you see, that is your business because you're grown. I'm also grown. If it is coming on my feed, if I'm being fed this, if people are sending it to me, if I'm experiencing it, then I'm going to talk about it. It's not rocket science. It's not complicated. If it's being fed to me, if I'm consuming it, if I'm experiencing it, then I'm going to communicate my views. If you interpret it or you internalize it as a critique, that sounds like something you need to work out with your therapist. But what I am doing is on my platform that I built over 10 years ago, talking about things that are being fed to me that I'm experiencing as a grown person. Because you said they're grown, I'm grown too. And that's what grown people do. Have you went on TS Madison's platform and asked her what's the fixation with her talking about all the people that fat talk? Because that's how she built her platform. Have you went on Miss Netta's page and asked Miss Netta what's her fixation with reading females? Because she stay getting them together because she's paranoid about everything when it comes to Charles. Have you asked Miss Netta what her fixation was? Okay, whether you're getting paid to do it or not, that's not a justification for you talking about other people's business. Money is not a justification, not on this platform. Maybe in your life that may work for you. But on this platform, money is not a justification to sit up and talk about there was no licensing, you didn't go to a special school to you didn't go they didn't go to a special school and get certified. to have the privilege to be able to sit up and talk about people. Like, what makes their sitting up chatting and gossiping about people more valid than anybody? Whether you want to do it for leisure, whether you want to do it for therapy, whether you want to do it because you're getting paid, whether you want to do it because it's a hobby, whatever reason you decide that you want to sit up and talk about something that you're consuming, something that is being submitted to your psyche, whatever reason I just sit up and talk about it, I'm gonna sit up and talk about it. You don't hear me on here praying for nobody's downfall. You don't hear me sit on here saying I hope they platform's destroyed. I hope they don't prosper. Like, that's not what you hear. So what's the point? Like, I really don't like when other queer people come on my platform and try to police me because I have a voice and my voice is not bought. I'm not subscribing to the algorithm. I wanted to talk about Miss Netta and Miss Charles. And another thing that, I find particularly interesting is that at the beginning of the video, so you came on in the middle of the video, and you've done this before. This is not your first time doing this, and you did it about Miss Netta and Charles the last time. At the beginning of the video, when I started talking, I literally stated the reason why I'm talking about Miss Netta and Miss Charles today, because my partner and I had a very public relationship, and I said that people were working against us and people were praying against us. And so that's what made me start talking about Miss Netta and Charles, because I can relate to the narrative. I can relate to the story. I can play the whole tape. I'm not going to just root for Miss Netta, although I was rooting for Miss Netta initially. I was rooting for Miss Netta. In the first video, I actually said positive things about Miss Netta, and you tried to turn it around and make it look like I was saying something negative. I remember that. I remember that. Like, my first video that I did about Miss Netta and Charles, it was there. But after witnessing and experiencing Miss Netta and Charles as a brand, and I have more thoughts about it. And so it's important for me to express to the people who follow me, or the people who receive nourishment, or consume my content. It's important for me to give them my perspective of what's unfolding. That's what I do. I come on here and I share my response, or how I have engaged with or reacted to content that is being given to me. Because this is coming down my feed. Like, literally, if I close this out now and I look, it's gonna be Miss Netta and Charles, Miss Netta and Miss Charles on Gossip Girl, because I do look at some of Gossip Girl stuff. And um and I know that Gossip Girl is trans as well, and Gossip Girl covers these issues and has a different perspective. Gossip Girl really don't live for Miss Netta at all, at all. And Gossip Girl is also a business. Is there a problem with what Gossip Girl says about Miss Netta, or is it just a problem when I talk about Miss Netta? Because I'm not getting paid to talk about Miss Netta. So what I have to say about Miss Netta has no validity because YouTube not sending me a check. I don't even know who Mona Scott is. Like, literally, girl, you about to piss me off. Cause you don't never hear me on here talk about, you don't never that's you don't talking about Housewives of Atlanta. You've never heard me talk about the franchise. So what do you mean? Given who? I'm not consuming that. And the only reason why I'm talking about Miss Netta is because I actually consumed that. Now you're showing your intellectual capacity. Because you've watched a lot of my videos. I could tell. And you'd be sitting in the background stalking. And then when I talk about something that makes you feel triggered, you comment. But you obviously watch a lot of videos. Or maybe you just see Miss Netta in the title and then you jump on. But you've never heard me talk about anything having to do with Mona Scott. Because I don't watch that. I don't consume that. I don't even know some of the shows that I think Love and Hip Hop. I don't know. I think. But I don't watch any of that. I don't consume any of that. I don't do the franchises. So who is y'all? Who is y'all? Who's y'all? Oh, okay. Who is y'all? Like, be specific when you say y'all. Who's the y'all? Because if I consumed it, I would talk about it. If I watched Mona Scott's content, what's the name of that? Zeus Network. If I watched that shit, I would talk about it. I want to try to watch Sydney Star, The Girls. I want to try to watch that, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch it because I saw the trailer and bitch, it was fighting from beginning to the end. It's like, why would y'all want to do the same shit that the females been doing, and it's a deterioration? Like for me, I just started listening to a little bit of Summer Walker, and like I literally just started listening to some of that. I listened to a little bit of Ice Spice, but for me, like after Nicki Minaj, I was like, I like a little bit of Sexy Red. Tell them us we go together. Like when I be on my little ratchet vibes and I be there at a little cocktail or something, like I'll entertain it, but it's not like a core thing for me. Like it's not the foundation. I don't wake up on that frequency. I don't wake up on that vibe, but I will definitely entertain it. You know what I'm saying? So I make my own music. I make my own art. And so when something outside of my bubble, just so I can be relatable and talk about things that are going on outside of my bubble, things that I can relate to outside of my bubble, I will talk about it to be relatable because I know most times I'm very much talking about me, America, the Louisiana, specifically. But yeah, so yeah, but like that's not really my frequency. Like I don't talk about a lot of stuff outside of the frequency, but this Netta and Charles story was interesting to me because seeing how Miss Netta is carrying her, like I was a little concerned in the beginning with the Charles Your Lunch is Ready narrative, even though I like the song. I be singing the song. It's funny to me because I be Charles, your lunch is ready, bitch. I be like, I really be whipping that bitch. Like I be Charles. So like, even, but for me, it was just very like patriarchal, and it was just very like, I'ma cook for my kings, and I'ma have my kings. I'm gonna have my cane plate ready. Like, that part was triggering for me. But at the same time, I was still getting my life. So it was like, it's an emotional roller coaster with me with Miss Netta because there's a part of my ancestry that's like, there's a part of me that's like, Charles, your lunch is ready. And then there's another part of me that's like, bitch, fix that shit yourself. And so now, with this tea coming out about Miss Netta, where we Miss Netta might be a bully. Miss Netta, we're starting to see more of Joe. We started to get a little bit more of Joe. Cause that Charles, your lunch is ready shit getting old. You think Charles will leave for a come up? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like with the level of attention that they have now, if the right motherfucker jumped in, if the right motherfucker jumped in Charles' inbox and was serious, I don't know. And see, that's the thing you have to worry about when you put yourself out there. Because I used to live in a small country town, and when I moved back home, I would always bring a boyfriend with me, and the females would be after him. My trans sisters, gay dudes, everybody would be after my dick. Like everybody, like the hungry females, the gay men, the trans people, yeah, the ancestors, like all of them would be after my piece. Like all of them, like the trade would constantly. I mean, like literally, I couldn't keep them to myself. So I know how thirsty and hungry people could be, probably just in their hometown. So you done put your shit on the internet, and now you're on a certain frequency. Cause not to shade Miss Netta, but Miss Netta gives me very much a bitch, like how she might have got Charles. Like she might have motherfucking took Hungry and took Charles from somebody. We don't know how. We don't know the origin story. We don't know if it was love at first sight. We don't know if they met each other and Charles was just like smitten by her. We don't know if Miss Netta was like, we don't know if Miss Netta was like, child, bitch, I don't give a fuck if you is with this woman, or I don't give a fuck if you is with this dude, bitch. You my man now, bitch. I fucked you, bitch. Now we together. Tell them hoes we go together, bitch. We don't know how the story started. And you tend to vibrate on that frequency and attract the kind of people that are like you. So if you have a frequency of bitch, I'll take your man, bitch. I'm hungry, bitch. I'm a motherfucking cook and clean and get your man and he gonna be my man, bitch. And bitch, I'm finna do what you doing better than you, bitch, and I'm gonna take your man, bitch. You attract the beings on that frequency. Like beings who are very much of your energy and of your spirit, and they won't feel guilty for taking your man, bitch, because bitch, that's the vibe you on, bitch. Right. And I definitely agree to that. But that is the reason about them. That is the brand. It's literally when you go and look at the page, it says Miss Netta and Charles, or Charles and Miss Netta. Like that's how they were introduced to us. You're right. Nobody who said Miss Netta took Charles. Like, girl, are you retarded? I said we don't know how they met. We don't know what the narrative did. You did hear all of that, or did you just hear what you wanted to hear? Are you okay? And my life isn't your business, yet you're here. And Miss Netta and Charles' business is everybody business. It's everybody business. And who is y'all? I'm the only one talking. You a troll. Now I'm about to block you. Let me see. Put user in time L. No, bitch. I'ma remove and block, bitch. Unwanted. Let me see. Harassment and bullying. But that's what we're gonna say. That's what we're gonna say about you. It's harassment and bullying. Um, we're gonna say, yeah, unwanted commercial content. We're gonna say that too. We're gonna say hate speech and violence. We're gonna say that one too. Say harassment and bullying, hate speech and violent. Okay. Report that as. Now let me see. We could say remove. We gonna get rid of you. Oh wait. Chill, ain't nobody finna sit up here and entertain you, bitch. Cause I'm starting to think this is Miss Netta. Bitch, are you Miss Netta? Bitch, is you riding your dick? Bitch. Bitch, is you over there riding your dick? Bitch, I'm trying to say, hell, bitch. Bitch, is you riding your dick over there, bitch? Is your fucking you? Bitch, are you Joe? Bitch, are you Joe? It's giving very much you are Joe. It was giving very much you are Joe. It's giving very much either you riding your dick. Seeing this one, just want to argue. Yeah, did you see that? That was a lot. Oh, that's what it is. Oh, okay. That's your cousin. Nah, bitch, if you would have said that at first, if you would have said that at first, then I would have understood it. Now I understand. It's your cousin. Okay. But you still gonna get blocked because you're still not gonna come on my platform and tell me who I can and cannot talk about. You're not gonna tell me what's my business and what's not my business when it's literally all over my platform. That's what you're not gonna do. If people talk about me, I put myself out there. People talk about me. People have called me HIV positive, which is true. People have called me a motherfucking crackhead. People have said I lived off the government. People have said I was crazy, questioned my mental stability. Bitch, I get drugged. That's what the internet is. One 100% pure love said that is supposed to be her cousin now. Bitch, not Netta, your cousin. Netta, your cousin's angry. We hating on you. Netta, your cousin's angry. Ready to ride for you. Bitch. Netta, your cousin's angry. What you gonna do? Bitch, I'm not about to live it. Bitch, Netta, your cousin is angry, bitch. we we talking about that pool argument. Oh, what happened in the jacuzzi? Yay. I saw a little bit of that. I saw a little bit of that. I saw a little bit of that. I sure did. I saw a little bit of that. In the hot tub. Yeah, it got heated in the hot tub. And when I tell you, and like y'all saying, if she didn't have Charles, nobody would talk about her. Right, right. She knew that too. That's why her content features Charles. Which we know her for saying, Charles, your lunch is ready. And I can remember when I was in that phase in my life of where I was putting my man before me and putting my man on a pedestal. Child, I want to tell y'all about last night, but I already told y'all I'm not spilling that tea, baby. I'm not spilling that tea until somebody send me an offering. Oh, but baby, last night, baby, that's a salacious story. Now, somebody said back here, I want to go back to a comment where somebody said, "You look like my ancestors, Neanderthal." I love that. I love that for me. You're saying that I look ancient. You're saying that I give you ancient being. Is that what you're saying? It's giving ancient teas, giving ancient being teas, giving ancient ancestors. I receive that. I think that's healthy. Now, let's see what you look like. Now, let's. I wanted to go back to that comment. You look like my ancestors, Neanderthal. But Neanderthals were hairy. It's giving smooth. It's giving never was hairy, even before I started moaning. It's giving smooth. It's giving silky, silky smooth. But if you see the Neanderthal, then hey, and it's giving Netta was upset with Miss Craigslist, the ghostwriter. Yeah, and I think Craig just brings up Netta, like I said at the beginning of the video, because it's an easy target to keep them trending, to keep the views up. Like it's a strategy to talk about Miss Netta. You know you're gonna get a rise. You know you're gonna get some feedback. Yeah, that have fur, right? You're gonna get some feedback. You know you're gonna get you're gonna get all of that. You know you're gonna get a rise out of Miss Netta. You know Miss Netta gonna entertain you. You know Miss Netta is here for it. Right. It's giving smooth, right? You know you're gonna get some feedback out Miss Netta. And I think that's why a lot of people talk about Miss Netta because they know Miss Netta gonna entertain you. We know Miss Netta gonna entertain you. So, but the reason why I talked about her for real, no low key, is because it's not looking good. It's looking like we about to see a shift. It's looking like some shit about to happen. And I really, honestly, I don't give a fuck what I may say that sounds like a critique. I wanted to see them win. But now, because it's giving real business vibes and I'm making money, it's starting to make me question the sincerity and the authenticity of the relationship. That's what I'm concerned about. And that's why I did this video. Because I know that in the other video, I did not express all of that. Oh wow! Now I don't Felisa Yvonne Snicky. Okay, I know Alfred Whitaker. Alfred yeah, Alfred Whitaker. I gotta look up Phyllis Yvonne Stanicki. Thank you for that though. Thank you. Hey Mom, what's up, Mom? Hey, all right, Mom. The multi Mom that came on the live. Hey, Faith. Charles even started acting different. His whole meek behavior changed when they blew up. And that is the conversation. And that's the conversation that's important to know. Like Charles is starting to get access to people of a higher caliber. Because people could talk about Charles being on the spectrum all they want to. They could read um yeah, I'm not. It's not. I'm not really eating a greasy pork chop today. I ate a good greasy pork chop yesterday in that video I did last night. Bitch, I said so many bitches and so many hoes. I was like, girl, give it a rest today, girl. Don't get on here and time today, even though I had me a greasy slice of pizza before this live started. But because I had some meat today, I had a barbecue chicken pizza. I had bought it last night, but I didn't want to eat it because I was doing other things. Ooh, 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 ooh. But anyway, child, let me stop. But yeah, I didn't want to give all that today. But yeah, the like you said, the veneer is starting to crack, and like he's getting access. Like motherfuckers could talk about him being on the spectrum, they could talk about him being on the spectrum, but my ex husband, not my ex husband, I don't know why I be saying that, but he passed. He passed in January of last year. So my husband was on the spectrum. You know, and I know a lot of girls. I was watching this show called Crazy Sexy Cool about these black trans women. They had Amaya Scott on the show. Shout out to Amaya Scott. Amazing interview. Like she was so vulnerable and shared so much of herself on that platform. I lived for that show. I haven't had a chance to watch it all the way through because it was very long. But Amaya, like, girl, like I see why you that girl. It's not just because of your mug and how you look, but girl, I really live like I'm like we are both from Louisiana. I didn't grow up in New Orleans, but I say this often. I was born there, and when I was 16, I went back to New Orleans. But Amaya relocated to Atlanta during Katrina, and she's younger than me, so I never really got a chance to meet Amaya. You know, I never really got a chance to hang out with Amaya. You know, and Amaya is always very reserved. Amaya doesn't really share too much of themselves orally. Like they don't talk about themselves that much. And so seeing them open up, that was very interesting. But I almost got sidetracked. That wasn't the point. But I did want to give a shout out to Amaya and say, you know, I was really impressed by how well the interview went and the things that she shared in the interview. I was very touched by it. The girls were having a really meaningful conversation. I liked the way they began to talk about labels and dating butch queens and, you know, in response to all of that, you know. And so I just enjoyed that, you know. But one of the girls on the show is dating someone who's on the spectrum. And, you know, we put down people who are on the spectrum, but my auntie said this one time. We was watching Fences with Viola Davis and ooh we what's his name? He playing Equalizer. Child, I used to have the biggest crush on him. We was watching Fences, and the boy in Fences processes information differently. He was on the spectrum, and my auntie said she believes that people whose brain work like that are angels. And that's what I believe. Like a lot of times, that's why I get so upset when we talk about mental wellness or people's mental. I am a starch advocate for people who process information differently. Bitch, don't play with them around me. Don't call somebody like I know I've said the word retarded in this video and I was being facetious, but like legit, like if a person processes information differently, I don't belittle people in that situation. Now, if I'm being totally accountable for my own actions and things that I've done, like when I've had relationships with people that was on the spectrum, sometimes I do still feel like they be playing in your face and I be feeling like they be doing certain things and you know what you're doing. And like you're playing in my face and then you want to use the fact that you process information differently than I do to try to justify why you're doing what you're doing. And I have not always responded in the most mature way to that. I have not always dealt well with. That's why, you know, when I was in a relationship with someone was on the spectrum, it really taught me how to it really taught me how to be more patient. It really taught me how to listen to people, how to humble myself and not how to let my trauma puppeteer me because if I think you playing in my face, Bitch, I don't give a fuck how you process information. Are you playing in my face? Like, and it's not instinctually for me to give a pass, because I don't believe in coddling people. I don't believe in babying people, but I do feel like we should have more grace for people who process information differently. So, a lot of people saying Charles today, Charles is still fine. Charles is still cute. Bitch, if Charles was single and Charles was not with Miss Netta, now I wouldn't go behind Miss Netta because, and it's not because Miss Netta is, I think Miss Netta is beneath me or Miss Netta not. That has nothing to do with it. It's just that their relationship is so public. Who want to follow that? Like, that's just weird. Like to try to follow Miss Netta. Like, bitch, you done been on the internet with Miss Netta. The whole world know y'all was together. And then I'm gonna try to follow Miss Netta. But Charles is sexy though. Charles is cute. Bitch. In another life, bitch. I would have had a plate ready for Charles my damn self, bitch. So motherfuckers can talk about Charles being on the spectrum and Charles this and Charles that. But he seemed laid back. He seemed, chill. He seemed yeah, he seemed like a cool dude. Like for real though. Like no hate, no reading. Like Charles is a meal. And I could see why Miss Netta, love him and stick by him and hold on to him. Bitch, y'all can hate, but bitch Charles is a catch. He's a catch. And the thing that I was happy about when I was with my partner who was on the spectrum, he didn't fuck with social media. Bitch, he didn't even like a cell phone. Bitch, he couldn't keep up with his cell phone. My partner, I say this, my partner will be talking to inanimate objects. My partner will be teddy bears. That nigga be in the house. That nigga be laying in the bed behind me, chilling, talking to one of the teddy bears. And what I live for is he could cut that shit on and off because he didn't do that publicly. He didn't publicly let people see him like that. Like he wouldn't be in the public talking to himself or talking to a wall or something like that. And so that made me feel special that you feel comfortable enough to be your whole self around me. You feel comfortable enough to be vulnerable around me. I've created an environment where you feel safe to do shit that will look crazy to the average simple-minded ass motherfucker. So, people could say whatever they want to say about people who are on the spectrum or people who process different information differently. I have a lot of respect for people like that because that my husband was an angel. My husband was an angel. My husband was too good for this world. He was so sweet. He was so funny. He was always happy. And I'm not about to talk about the sex. Bitch. Bitch, that sex was amazing. Bitch. Oh, bitch. Bitch, that sex was amazing, bitch. I'm finna jog while I listen to you. Okay, all right, get your exercise in. Y'all study them so hard, and y'all think y'all are psychologists. Oh, that's what you're doing. I think Charles is crazy like a fox. Okay, smart. He not stupid or completely checked out. Right. If it's not important to him, he not finna entertain everything. And that's a gift. Cause some of us so smart we stupid. Some of us so smart we don't know nothing. Like we think we know everything and don't know nothing. Sometimes I envy people like that. Oh no, I'm glad you watched it, but girl, the points you made prior, Asawi, cause Amaya is pretty. She seemed cool, but something seems 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out. I respect her. You talking about Netta? The girls don't be having no depth. I think that Amaya had depth though. Like it shocked me because I thought she was just a pretty face. But Miss Thing was talking about some real shit, especially when she talked about Katrina, I lost everything. And I never looked at it like that. It was because of Katrina. But like I could literally get up. No, I've always been the type of girl that could get up and walk away from a house full of furniture. Like I've always been that type of girl. Like I'm just not. I now I'm to the point now where I do hold on to things, my art, my things that I create, my paintings and stuff like that. Thank you, Denzel. Um, my art, the things that I paint, those things are important to me. So like I do try to safeguard them and I do try to treasure them. But like when Amaya was talking about how when she had to leave for Katrina and they lost all of their memories and now she don't value material things because she could start over at any moment because Katrina taught her not to value material things. Like I fucking respected that. And I've been seeing a side to a lot of New Orleans girls that I haven't traditionally seen. Like, we like a lot of New Orleans girls are built different. Some of us are more strategic about what we want to share and how much we want to let people in. But I also like the take of, you say you a bad bitch. Like, don't put yourself down. Like, compliment yourself. Give yourself life. And if another girl want to feel threatened or intimidated because you giving yourself life, as long as you're not giving yourself life in a way that's demeaning, like I'm shitting on you bitches. Like I'm the baddest bitch. You hoes legit can't sit with me. Like I for you bitches. Like I'm the one, and bitch, you hoes are lucky to be in my life. Like to me, that's shade. But if a girl wanna constantly compliment herself, exalt herself, lift herself up, as long as she's not doing it in a way where she's trying to put herself over you, or she's trying to feel like she's somehow better than you or superior to you, girl, get your life. Love yourself. Give yourself praise. If that makes you feel good, if that makes you feel whole, to compliment yourself and to give yourself compliments, girl, brag on yourself. But when you start saying, and this is where I clash at with TS Madison, because T.S. Madison compliments herself and talks about all of her accomplishments, but then she'll say, because you hoes don't have this or you hoes don't have that, and bitch, you hoes, it's very much you hoes can't sit with me. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I like that song. Babe, you know you fine. Babe, you know you fine. Babe, these hoes can't sit with you. Like, I like it for, like, just to buck me up. But I really don't, like, that's really not my energy. Like, really, in real life, if you meet me, I try to be a humble person. I try to be a thoughtful person. I am going to protect my energy. I'm not going to give too much when I first meet you. I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of energy that I can't keep it up. But you might get some baseline shit. But over time, as we get to know each other, we can build from there. But I'm typically not going to be, hey, how you doing? Oh my God. I'm not, no. Because where do we go from there? Where do from here? Why is my heart filled with so much fear? Like, bitch, where do we go from, bitch? I'm not finna give you a whole bunch of energy, bitch. And I'm not gonna be able to keep that. Bitch, I'm not be able to keep that same energy, bitch. I may start off mild. Hey, how you doing? Oh, okay, so nice to, yeah. Now, if I'm cocktailed, I might give you a little bit more life because I'm cocktailed. But if I'm sober and we meet each other, you're probably not gonna get all that. You're not. It's not shade. It's me protecting my light. It's me conserving my energy. Because when you give somebody a whole bunch, You don't know if this person is coming to drain you or so into you. You don't know if it's gonna be reciprocity. You don't know what the fuck a person about to give. So when I meet people, I'm initially gonna give you some baseline energy, fill you out, and then if we really click clack, then bitch, as we continue to see each other, it's gonna be yes, all right, man. So yes, you'll start getting all that, but you're not gonna get that at first, because to me that's performative, and if I can't keep it up, then I'm not. Then stop thinking you know Charles from Insta post. I don't follow Charles like that. Like I don't look at their Insta. I honestly legit I watch a couple of their videos on YouTube. So I don't really know Charles. I'm saying from what I've seen of him, that's I can only speak based on what I know. Obviously. So I'm speaking on what I'm not nowhere in this video that I say I'm cool with them. I know them personally. I've met them. I'm saying from their internet persona, what I know and what I've heard and what I see people talk about from the research, from the information that's available. So no, I don't know Charles. I don't know Joe or Miss Netta. I'm speaking of them as the people they are on the internet. Put your feelings to the side, sis. If you can't watch this video without separating the fact that that's your cousin from the video, then girl, don't click on these lives. Stop clicking on these lives, sis. If you can't watch and be able to separate that shit, if you can't compartmentalize, bitch, scroll past. Okay, the live was juking. Come in, y'all. Yes, okay. I sure did. Miss Netta is beautiful. He got some kind of syndrome. Um, you're a dude, am I right? I'm whatever you need me to be for you to sleep at night. I am whole. I'm my mother and my grandmother and my grandfather, my great grandmother and my great grandfather. But whatever your small and simple mind needs to imagine me as in order for you to sleep well at nights, because I don't want you to leave off of here triggered and traumatized and lost. So, whatever you need for me to be, I will be that. But if you meet me, my pronouns are they and them, and my name is Kaneen. And if you address me as that, I will respond. If you address me as anything else, I will pretend I don't see you. Okay. Charles gave logic in that jacuzzi, and she did not like that. I love the way his mind worked. Right, Charles is definitely attractive, bitch. Bitch, you can't hate on that. You can't, bitch. Charles is cute. Bitch, y'all not about to play with Charles. Bitch, Netta bagged someone. And bitch, Miss Netta, and it's gotta be because like, and that's what I was thinking with Miss Netta. Like, Miss Netta give you some beautiful ass energy. And the energy is so beautiful, it makes you look beyond everything else. And that's why when I started seeing cocky Netta, I started seeing, cause I'm getting my money and fuck you bitches. And when I started seeing all that, I was like, ooh. But the Netta that came out at first, like I was like, y'all gonna get off Miss Netta. Like I was very much taking up for Miss Netta. But now it's like, I don't know, Jill. Girl, my dude is a little off. I think I attract them type jail. And my baby sex, right. The challenge be a key. Babe, you said your baby a little off, baby. I love my little off babies. I love my little off babies. Bitch, because they be off the bullshit. They be off the bullshit, bitch. You could call a bitch a little off. Bitch, they don't be worried about all of that motherfucking shit that we be worried about, and we supposed to be the so-called ones with all of our faculties and shit, bitch. Girl, I love my little off babies. Bitch, they be I love my little off babies. Bitch, I need flowerwood chili. I don't know what the fuck that mean. Men don't like Charles cause he's getting it. Women don't like Netta cause they lonely. This might. Now I can agree with you on that, bitch. How dare you have a man, Miss Netta, bitch, and I ain't got no man, bitch. Bitch. I can agree with you on that. Hoes be mad, bitch. Bitch, how dare you? Bitch be around here living your best life with a handsome man, bitch. The nerve, bitch. Boy, 100% love. Them type of men need to be watched and looked after. I don't know. Like, I mean, I definitely feel like they need to be protected. You know, like we gotta protect them. You know, protect them at all costs, Sadie. Like, I knew it. Gonna make gonna make yourself cry. I know you say you saw it coming, huh? You saw it coming, and then like literally, I started crying because I could tell I was getting emotional when I was talking about it. Girl, go find a partner. That's what it's really real. No, that's not what it's really. I mean, talking about relationships because people want relationships. That's true. I'm not ready to be in a relationship right now, and I know that because you literally just saw me start crying on here talking about my husband. Like literally, I'm not healed enough to be in a relationship. So I do like to talk about relationships because it is an opportunity to learn from, their relationship. Like Miss Netta and Charles are a model, and how we process that is by talking about it. Now, if you wanna, hush and talk behind closed doors and stuff, my platform has always been for me to talk about what I'm feeling, what I'm navigating, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, Charles and Netta are the model right now. They are the standard. They are the most popular couple in the black queer community right now. They are the it couple for the black queer community. That's it. And so yeah, I'm gonna talk about and they from the South. So bitch, I'm gonna talk about Charles and Netta. Because I can relate. There's a connection there. There's a mirror. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. And this won't be the last Charles and Netta. If they break up or if they together 20 years from now, bitch, I'm gonna talk about that too. Bitch, if they get into a threesome, bitch, if they invite somebody else in, bitch, and they do a throuple, bitch, I'm gonna talk about that too. Why? Because I can relate. There's a connection there. They're modeling. They're the models. They're modeling something for us. So bitch, I'm gonna talk about it. And bitch, if you don't like it, get your simple ass off the live. I'm taking a class on intelligence and everything. Living has a variation of how how you use it, how you think. Girl, you need to rewrite that one for me because you said something about enter. Oh, I guess you talk about the internet. Everything has a variation of enter L. I think it's how you use it, how you think. You talking about artificial intelligence? I'm talking about Amaya. Oh, when you was talking about Amaya Faith with what? LOL, tell me about your ancestors. Child, I'm not gonna talk with you about my ancestors. Hunters and gatherers. They were indigenous. Nolans girls be witches. Beyonce is not from New Orleans. Girl, stop. Solange live in New Orleans. Can you play music video? Why would I do that? It's classism. What's classism? Just one. One what? Maddie feels that she's paid the cost to be the boss, and honestly, she has by leveling up leveling up in the porn industry. I think that I'm not gonna say that Madison have not worked hard. That's something that I will not take from Madison. I couldn't take it from Madison. Madison is wealthy. Madison is attractive. Madison is far from stupid, far from dumb. Um, and the thing that I can relate to about Madison is that the gut bucket, like relentlessly speaking in a way where I feel like Madison eats shit too, though. I don't feel like Madison is always as gut bucket. I think Madison knows who to give that energy to, and I think when she get around people who have the ability to change her circumstances, and she know that she finna get a nasty coin, I don't think that she is the persona that we see. Bro. So that means that you have a skill that you're using. So you know how to cut that shit on and off. Like you get on the internet, you be pressure, and these bitches don't want pressure and Grey Goose bottles, and she give all that on the internet because that's her brand. That's what makes her money, being that version of herself. But when she's doing business with these upper echelon Caucasian people behind the scenes, she's not giving them that. She's not going up in their pressure. The goose bottle. She ain't doing that shit, bitch. She is not, but she's eating shit. And I would have more respect for girls if they played the whole tape and they didn't package themselves as being girls who, bitch, in every room you go in, you're your full authentic self and you pressure and bitch. Cause fuck hoes, bitch. You're not giving that to you're not giving that to them people. You weren't giving that to them people at Wild Network. You wasn't giving you're not giving that to everybody. You know who to give it to, you know where to give it to. It's your brand. So that's what they expect on the internet. But in order for you to be where you are financially, for you to have the security that you have, you know when to turn that shit on and off. Just like if you listen to the narrative about the sex work. The sex work narrative has changed. Mama was a proud sex worker for a long time and celebrated her history in sex work, but now it's giving Jesus is on the man line and Lord, I know I've been changed. There, I said it. Bitch, now you finna have a house and you finna keep the girls, you finna save the girls from having to sell their ass and save the girls from having to slang their dick. But bitch, ain't it what made you a millionaire, bitch? Bitch, did sex work position you to be the bitch that you are now, bitch? But now you finna save the girls. Show the girls another way, bitch. Maybe the girls want to start off that way, bitch, and switch over like you did, bitch. So, girl, it's just that for me. Like I said in another video, sometimes it's more important to show people how the sausage is made. People want to know, did you have to eat shit behind the scenes? Did you have to kiss ass? How many times have you had to humble yourself? How many times have you had to swallow your pride? How many times have you had to choose your bag over your dignity? How many times have you had to choose your bag over your self respect? People won't know that. So they can know if they can handle that. Give me a baseline, yes. And that's supposed to be the reason why people mistreat you. Hmm. Charles done got cocky from the earlier shows, and it's evident now. Yeah, he's in a different space now. I don't think she mistreats. She just lets the girls know that she moves differently. I mean, and she's not going to fraternize with certain type level of thinking, and I think that you're allowed to your interpretation of that. But one thing I've never struggled with is comprehension. When I was 9 years old, between 9 and 12 years old, they told me that I comprehended on a 12th grade level. So I've never struggled with comprehending. Comprehension is not my weak point. And I can comprehend what someone's motives are. And I think that there's some unhealed trauma, because I don't know. I think I seen one picture of Madison before she got all of the work done, and I think that she was attractive as a male. And I don't know how the transition was looking before she got, pumped in her face. And like, as she was like, we haven't seen Madison in that awkward phase, right before it becomes extremely passable. I mean, Madison's not a tall person, so I could imagine that it shouldn't have been hard, once she started moaning and getting pumped and stuff, for her to pull off passable fish. But if she went through an awkward phase where she wasn't being noticed, or she wasn't getting the attention that she wanted, or like, I don't know, maybe she just really really like a lot of attention. But sometimes I feel like Madison um needs a lot of validation. Like, I feel like, I mean, like, girl, you're a millionaire. Like you really, really have pulled yourself up, and you've done an astronomical thing that girls from your narrative don't survive to do. So many girls are dead laying in their grave, and they started out on the same path that you started on, and they just didn't have the wherewithal and the bandwidth to be able to navigate and to get to where you are. And so I always compare Oprah Winfrey. I always say that she is the Black Winfrey of the community. I never take that from her. But at the end of the day, the validation and the it's like, when you've gotten to that level, being upset all the time, and feeling like you got to constantly let girls know that they can't sit with you, or that they're not equal to you, or that they're beneath you. At some point, it sounds like you're trying to convince yourself. That's what I'm saying. Like, bitch, when will you have enough access and enough wealth and enough resources to say, girl, I don't even much have to argue with you hoes no more. Like, bitch, it's futile, bitch. Let me just sit up here in my mansion, be that girl, cause I am. Bitch, I don't have to constantly read you hoes, constantly remind you hoes, constantly wear you hoes out. Bitch, I am that girl. Bitch, look at all that I've accomplished. Look at all that I have. Look, bitch, let it speak for itself. Bitch, do you see what I'm driving? Do you see the house that I'm walking in? Do you see how everything that I wear is new? My nails are always done. Whenever I'm hungry, I can eat it. My bank account is full. Look at me traveling. Look at me going here. Look at me going there. What am I? Why? What am I going? What I'm going backwards and forwards with you? What I'm tongue wrestling with you for? What do I have to remind you and read you and remind you that you're not me and that you can't sit with me? That to me is giving me classism, elitism, and I want so badly. I think that she's wanted to be accepted by Because when I first was drawn to TS Madison, the black gay community did not see it for her, and she stayed wearing the black gay community out. She stayed wearing them out, and we're gonna be honest. It wasn't the black gay community that did not see it for T.S. Madison. It was the gatekeepers. It was the upper echelon, bougie ass motherfucking gatekeepers who I myself understand because they've locked me out, banned me. That's the reason why I don't have that following. That's the reason why I don't have the support. It's because I'm not going to sing to that tune. I'm not finna worship Father God, King Jesus. I'm not fixing to subscribe to the binary. I'm not fixing to talk how they want me to talk. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not finna parakeet the language that was given to us by our colonizer. I'm gonna say it in the way that feels real and right for me because there are a certain group of people that I want to be able to understand what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna eat that greasy pork chop, but I'm going to do it from an intellectual standpoint. And I'm not an elitist. I'm not, I believe in capitalism. I understand the necessity of it, but I'm not an extreme capitalist. So because you can't market me like that and you can't use me like that, I will never sit where T.S. Madison's sitting. And I've made my peace with that. I will never sit there. I will never have what she has in this reality. And I'm okay with that. But just because I'm okay with it, it doesn't mean that I can't hold a conversation about it. It doesn't mean that I can't speak to the ways in which I don't like it. It doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't mean, and that is why she looks at me as someone who's coming for her. But no, I am merely serving as a force in your life in which you have served in other people's lives because you've given your opinions on everything. You have a very opinionative personality. Your platform is based in your opinion and your biases. And so if you can give your opinion and I'm not fixing to be quiet, you ain't never gave me no check to shut up. Girl, maybe if a couple of years ago, girl, maybe if 5 or 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, when I first thought about you, girl, maybe if you'd have sent a girl a check and said, "Girl, I love what you doing over there," because I know you don't watch some of my videos. Girl, I love what you're doing over there. You're an amazing girl. Sometimes you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. Maybe if you had sent a girl a check, a girl wouldn't feel the need to say your name in a negative way. A girl wouldn't feel the need to play the whole tape. A girl would be sitting over here because T.S. Madison is this and T.S. Madison is that and T.S. Madison is this and T.S. Madison is that. But I don't owe you no loyalty. You've never supported me. You watched the video where I got beat up by a security guard, pinned me down to the ground on Bourbon Street, and bitch, you came in the comment section and said if the hoe would have kept, if the hoe would have kept my name out her mouth, I probably would have said something. Then you talked about Monroe on your podcast. I don't owe you loyalty. You've never sewn into me. You've never supported me. And why? Because I'm a girl who challenges you. I'm not no go along to get along girl. I'm not gonna say what you want to hear. I'm not your number one fan simply because you popular and pretty and you got a coin. I'm not one of those girls who I ain't gonna say nothing about Madison. I ain't gonna step on Madison too because Madison is this and that, and I don't want to miss my opportunity. Child, fuck that. Bitch, what the creator has for me, what the creator has for me, it is for me. I know without a doubt that they will work it out. What the creator has for me, it is for me. Bitch, what's for me? It may take me a little bit longer to get it, And that's okay. I'm built for the wait. But when they're reviewing my legacy, the things that I said, the things that I've talked about, when they're reviewing those things, they gonna hear that I gave it to everybody. I gave it to white supremacy. I gave it to misogyny. I gave it to patriarchy. I gave it to black folk who wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. I gave it to the queer community, the trans community. No, bitch, I did not play along. I did not step and fetch it. I did not eat shit. I did not get in line. I did not wait my turn. I did not kiss any ass. I do not eat green eggs and ham. Sam, I am, bitch. I said what I said. That's what separates me from the rest of you bitches. I'm one of one. Now I'm gonna pop my shit. Because I've paid the price for that. No more standing in the back of the line because I'm invisible for the last time, bitch. But I am thankful for TS Madison's example. I'm thankful for what she represents. She had to do it so we could know what was possible. But I think that the reason why she's always wanted to be accepted, you like I said in the beginning, you saw she was always coming for the LGBT community. She was always reading them because she couldn't sit with them. And now that bitch is not only sitting with them, but bitch, she's royalty amongst them. The same bitches she was reading 10 years ago. The same bitches she couldn't stand who was putting her in her place because she was a prostitute, because she did porn, because she was being sexualized and objectified. The same bitches that was bougie and was putting her out because she didn't represent the brand. That bitch broke through only to start acting like them. She broke through to become them. And if you have a problem with me saying that, fuck you. I bet you Cash, she can't call her cousin right now and say, "Good afternoon, Joe." Oh, you so busy. No more Tila. That's when I met you. If it's Kaneen solely, Kaneen, you shall be. Oh, thank you, baby. Never give up on our babies. Yes, they sure do be off the bull. They don't be on the bullshit. That's right. It's like an escape being with a person like that. I love my little off babies. Yes, mom. Okay, it is. It is an escape. It is. Yes, I do miss Tila. That's who cried. I fought with everything, child. Those were the days, but you still my sister. Okay, I used to cut up. Social media is not a model for life, baby. And that's for you. That's for you, YouTube Academia. Social media is not a model for your life. But you don't get to determine what's a model for my life. It's giving gatekeeper-ish. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, mom. Your mom and dad should be the model for your no. No, they're not even together. No, that's not realistic. If they failed you, for you that's for you to hear from, not comparing your life to social media. And that's your opinion. You're entitled. You're definitely entitled to your opinion, but you don't get to tell me where to find my role models, where to find my models or my examples. Literally, I am a role model, a real model for countless people through social media. I have changed people's lives with this platform. I've met girls who are academics, girls who are making tremendous changes in this world, and it's because they met me through YouTube. I've met people who said TS Madison saved their life through social media. So what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? Social media is a powerful tool. This person on here with her opposition must be lonely like us. Okay. Telling us to go get a bed. Bitch, you lonely too, bitch. I'm talking about artificial genders. Omega Max, what the hell is you talking about? And on Faith said, no, I was just saying she not my role model, but I do resonate with her journey. I resonate with Madison too. That's why I talk about her. Bitch, I resonate with her. But I'm not a girl who being strategic. TS Madison don't really fuck with the girls. And you know why? Because she know a lot of girls don't genuinely care for her. They keep it cute with her because they know that she creates an opportunity, that she has the power to open doors for them and to close doors for them. But bitch, if you was a smart bitch, I would rather fuck with a bitch who I know what she thinking and I know how she feel. A bitch who gonna keep it a bean with me. A bitch who gonna keep it a stack with me. Bitch, don't call it hating, bitch. Call it keeping it a stack, bitch. It's keeping it a bean, bitch. The reason why you don't have a lot of girls around you is because you know they just want to use you. But bitch, why would I want to be around you to use you that I said about you? I already know. Give me that grace. Bitch, I ain't got no grace with you. Bitch, if me and you was to ever meet and we was to ever align ourselves, bitch, you already know how I'm coming. You already know if you do some fuck shit, if some shit I think some fuck shit, girl, I'ma ask you about it. Now, the grace that I would give you is first I would ask you about it in private if we was actually sisters and I actually had your ear. Then, bitch, the grace I would show you is, bitch, I would ask you in private first. Because, bitch, I have a lot of sisters. Bitch, I have sisters who are coined. Bitch, one of my closest sisters, $1,000 a year. And, bitch, you ain't never heard me talk about her. Bitch, you're like this. But bitch, you better believe behind the scenes, we be letting each other hold it. Bitch, I have sisters that have coins. And bitch, we hold each other accountable. We hold each other accountable. That's it. This is it's not shade. The girl you want to have a whole bunch of fake bitches around you. You don't know what they thinking and they're not being honest with you. Okay. Can't want nobody steal your happiness, sanity, and mental. That's why they're mad. Exactly. You call this fuckery a brand. I sure the fuck do. I sure the fuck do. I can almost bet my life that if I click off and go to your page right now, you have no substance. I could almost bet you're a ghost. Uh, this no everyone short can't pass. Not shame with big hands and feet. Is clocky versus a tall person. Oh, okay. It's time for me to get. wait. Constant validation. And that's not shade. Constant validation. Doth protest too much. What's that you banging? I remember her from BGC app, and the posh bougie gays were not using her at all. And now she's sitting right next to one. Fact talk. Let's talk about it. Bro, quit yapping. And this another ghost. Maddie didn't start out talking about gossip though. No, she started talking to she was talking about like she was coming for the black people. She was coming for like the black boys. Like she was reading like black celebrities like, and that was what was getting her noticed, like talking about the boys and inserting herself into conversations with the boys. She has a platform, so now folks will just watch her in numbers. Um, who the hell are you? Kaneen Mafa, Google me. The trolls are upset. They are. Let me get off this phone because my little snack piece from last night. Wait, I buy gloves, two sizes, just in case I need to OJ the shorty. Oh my goodness. You are already gay when you went to prison, or did you get punked out? My goodness, this is a troll. It's a low down man on here trolling. The lonely fool came to your live to try to bully when you're documenting your message. By Felicia. I cannot stand by these days because every one of them, I want to throw my phone. Wait. I cannot stand you these days because every one of them, I want to throw my phone. I started following her on here. She's done a complete 360, not a 180. You right. Like, bitch, it's giving very much Christian mingle, bitch. It's still fact talk. It's fact talk Christian mingle. Like it's giving very much. I wanna, bitch. I was a hoe, and I used to sell my ass and my pussy. I used to sell my cock and my ass, and I wasn't right with the Lord. And now, Lord, I know I've been changed. I don't have to hold no more. Thank you, Jesus. I live in a mansion, and I earns my money the righteous way. Thank you, God. It give you very much that tease. Very much that tease. It's giving Lorraine. I very much love it. But let me get off this live because my little friends calling me it's nice, so baby. I have to get my Neanderthal fuckery platform off the live. I've enjoyed y'all so much, and I've never. It's been a while since I had a live with more thumbs up than the people that was on here. So thank y'all for the love and support. The shade is her point stuff is still active and making a nasty coin. But anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming on to the live. Thank you for joining me. We're going to light a candle because we have not been lighting candles. Ooh, wait, you don't see no nipple, do you? We're going to light a candle. Wait, hold on. Okay. We're going to light a candle for the ancestors. We're going to light a candle for the ancestors. This represents the past, the present, and the future. I am honoring the ancestors who have come, the ancestors who are coming, and the ancestors who are here. And you know, like I say all the time, I'm not the neighbor who's always going to have a cup of sugar for you. Sometimes it's going to be some lemon. and do like Beyonce did. Take that shit and make some lemonade. Down, but down, that I say cool. It keeps spinning and turning. Ian Gani, Yanko Kalukalo, which means I'm a child of God, Goddess. And if I am, you know you are. As I blow out this candle on the physical plane, it grows with intensity, purpose, and power on the spiritual plane, preparing us for times that are now when we got motherfuckers trying to create a bill that's gonna be hanging motherfucking queer people from the trees. So, yes, the ancestors is getting us ready now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. Now, I love y'all. Mwah. Have a good day.